Hey folks, today is Friday, August 18th, 2017. As usual, it's me, Jack Baldino, here every Friday to round up the gaming news stuff. So let's get right into it. One of the first things we have to talk about is this big For Honor tournament that went on this week. $10,000 up for the winning, and the winner won it by cheesing. Completely cheesing and using an exploit in For Honor to win. And much to pretty much everyone's dismay, he walked away with a $10,000 check, and the For Honor community was pretty livid. Not necessarily at the guy who won, because he just used the game's rules. It is, of course, really shitty of him to do so, but hey, it's in the game. The consensus, at least with the small For Honor community, has been that Ubisoft needs to fix their game. It's been 6 months. They still haven't gotten things right. And the way it worked was this winner was able to use something called unlock tech, which is essentially the game revolves around a lock-on system very heavily, but if you disengage lock-on mid-swing, certain times you can use an unblockable attack. Then you're basically unstoppable. And that's how he won, and that's how they had to hand him a check for $10,000. He actually went on record saying, "I haven't even played For Honor in 2 weeks, and I just hopped into this." That's incredible. As much as For Honor didn't sink long-term hooks in me, I still thought it was cool that the game did find a community, but when stuff like this happens, the community's gonna leave. Nobody's gonna want to play this game anymore if it's not gonna get fixed, and nobody's gonna want to watch tournaments if it's just who can cheese the most. But in some other news, somewhat disappointing news, Crackdown 3 is delayed yet again. The game was supposed to release November 7th of this year. I was super hyped as a giant Crackdown fan, but now it's pushed to spring, which is leading a lot of people to believe, like, wow, what's the Xbox One X really gonna have when it launches? Well, that's up for you to decide, I guess, but I think what's interesting here is that I think the game definitely needed work. We got to play it at E3, we got to check it out, and it definitely seemed like a Crackdown game. It just didn't feel very, next-gen or anything. It didn't really feel very exciting. So most of the time, and this game has been worked on forever, and maybe now 6 months isn't really going to fix anything, but I think a little more time in the oven would do it good. But since we are on the topic of more time in the oven, We Happy Few has re-emerged as a thing. Remember that? We talked about it. We did it before you buy on it. It was essentially you buy into an early access survival game, which was a disappointment for me because I was expecting, like many others, for more of a Bioshocky type experience that it was kind of coming off to be. Well, now it looks like that's what they're doing. It's now been picked up by Gearbox as a publisher, and it's going to get a full $60 release in the spring with a full story mode campaign featuring 3 different characters. They released like a new cinematic trailer type of thing, and honestly, this seems more of like what a lot of people were hoping the game would be, so I think this is a kind of a win. I'll chalk that up as a win. But if you have noticed, it's a little bit of a slow news week for some stuff. It's because Gamescom in Germany is going on this weekend, and Xbox will be holding a press conference apparently and announcing a couple of things. But apparently after their announcements and stuff go down, that's when Xbox One X pre-orders will go live. So if you're one of the people who are looking to do that, keep an eye on stuff this weekend, I guess. But just real quick, some surprise announcements, at least for some PC gamers out there. We got 2 things this week. First, Mike Bithell, the guy behind Thomas Was Alone and good stuff like that, and Volume, he just released randomly out of nowhere this new short text-based kind of robot detective game called Subsurface Circular, and it's worth checking out. It's interesting because it's only $6 on Steam. It'll only take you like one sitting to play through it, but it's really pretty cool. Not only that, but it looks like that game Dusk is now available kind of like for pre-order, but the way it works is you buy into it and you get access to the endless mode and the first episode, and then you get the rest of the episodes of the single player version later. And they're going to add multiplayer, and we've been playing it in the office all week, and it's pretty damn awesome, so check it out. Nobody paid us to say that, we just think it's cool. But every week with the show we like to find one thing that some person made with video games is just totally weird and stupid, and this week it's somebody who put that Crash Bandicoot meme as all the enemies in the original Doom, and I'm okay with that. The meme is very much on the verge of being totally dead by now. It's a little bit late, but I do think this is really ridiculous. If you want to check it out, we linked it in the description below, as well as everything else I talk about this week. At the International, the big esports event for Dota 2, Elon Musk's AI actually made quite a splash. So Elon Musk founded this AI company called OpenAI, and they pit that AI against some of the champs, and OpenAI actually beat everybody's ass at Dota 2. But reading past the headline, it's not all perfect. Some players did figure out how to kind of cheese it and beat the AI. But playing traditionally with no exploits, 2 pro players did beat OpenAI, but it's still worth noting because it's really impressive. Elon Musk himself did heap praise on it, and it's an interesting point because he made it, it's way more complicated than something like chess or checkers, just because there's so many other different moves and variations, and this OpenAI system handled it perfectly. One of the players said it felt kind of like playing against a human, but a little bit something extra, and that's really creepy. I don't want to live in Terminator 2.
Why not?
Well, I want to live in Terminator 2. I don't want to live in like the Terminator future. The way this AI works is very interesting, and I could see it being used for a lot of things because it actually learns. Unlike when you're playing a game against the AI in a game where it just has a bunch of canned responses that it can pull from, this learns on the fly. And again, I will say that's really creepy, and if any of the robots of the future are watching, I pledge allegiance. But in other news, Shenmue III still exists. For those of you that didn't forget, that is still definitely going down. And the newest news is that it's been picked up by Deep Silver as a publisher. And I don't know why, but for some reason now, I'm a little bit worried. I don't know, just recently Agents of Mayhem and Homefront: The Revolution kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. But then again, they also publish the Metro games, and they're not developing this stuff, so that's a whole other story. Shenmue III, who knows? Keep an eye. That should be the title of this video. Shenmue 3. Who knows? But something that we linked below is a YouTube video you should absolutely watch. This is by the YouTuber A Twerking Yoshi, and he's essentially playing through Bloodborne with a DDR dance mat, and it's great. You can see him, you can see the DDR dance pad, and you can see the game. And in this footage, he beats the Cleric Beast. That's the first boss. He beats it on the first try. That's bravo. He live streamed it. He is a streamer, so you know it's completely legit, and I will say that's probably a good way to exercise. I should do that. But if anyone does care, because I do, even though everyone likes to write off video game movies, I get it. There is some new developments in the Metal Gear Solid movie with Jordan Vogt Roberts, the guy behind Kong Skull Island and Kings of Summer, has been speaking once again about how work is going on it. This guy, I actually have faith in him because he actually comes off as a true Metal Gear fan. Look up interviews with him, look up anything with him, because he's actually really into it, and he's kind of been fighting for it. And in new news, apparently, he said on the record that now that Kong Island was kind of a success, he was able to talk with Sony and get the ball rolling. He said, I'm the guy, if you're not going to have it this way, then I want out. But they said okay, and they gave him the okay to start writing a script. So who really knows? It's still years away. It's been in pre-production for years, but it's just an update. I like to pay attention to this stuff. I don't know. Also, in some small news, I wanted to keep people updated because a lot of people have been paying attention to this. They did apparently, it looks like they fixed Chun-Li's face in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. The newest gameplay trailer thing showed off a much cooler and more normal looking Chun-Li. So that's a relief, I guess. We don't really know totally about the other characters yet, but I chalk this up as a win too. This is pretty good. Hopefully this game is good. Some new previews have come out that said that it does play better than that demo they released. It makes a way better impression than that, but still gotta wait until we get our hands on it. Also, speaking of Agents of Mayhem, we are looking for your best Agents of Mayhem glitches. We're gonna do one of those contests once again, where we do a glitch video, we take the best glitch videos, and the best glitch winner wins a free game of their choice. So there will be a form below. Click it to sign up and enter your glitch submission. I have been playing the game a lot. There are glitches. I encountered quite a few myself. But good luck. Hopefully you guys got some good stuff to send us. Speaking of Agents of Mayhem, I did put a video on my side channel, youtube.com/becausevideogames, talking about why I don't really like it. But also that other giveaway we're doing with the gameranx Spanish channel that we launched last week, gameranx Español, is still going. Winners will be announced next week. We have been hearing your feedback. We understand that the translation isn't completely right, so we are working on that, and we do really appreciate the feedback. So thank you guys. We're going to make this good. But now let's get to that free console giveaway we do every single week. You know, there's a link below. You click it to sign up. You enter once, then you're entered for good. And then every single week we go in and randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. And this week's person is going to be right here. Congratulations. Be sure to keep an eye on your inbox and your spam box because I'm going to be getting in touch with you to figure out how I can send you your console. But now let's talk about what's going on this week. Crackdown 3. Do you think it's okay? Another delay? Does it spell disaster, or do you think it just needs some more time in the oven? Are you hopeful? Let's talk. Also, that For Honor tournament. Did you watch it? Is it really as bad as it sounds? Are you going to come to the defense of this game? Let's talk. And did you play Mike Bithel's new game? It's really short. It's only like 2 hours, and it's very interesting. It's got some really good writing. I want to know what you're thinking about any of the game news stuff we talked about this week. So let's talk down in the comments. I'll be down there talking to you guys as much as possible, but you always know where to find me. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Jake Baldino as well. Thank you guys for coming around. As always, we do really appreciate it here. You know, clicking the like button helps us out. It feeds me and Tom. We really appreciate that. What do you want to eat today for lunch?
Pizza.
Really?
I don't know.
You unoriginal fuck! But if you're new as well, subscribing is a good idea because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. I'm Jake Baldino. Pizza's on me.